Prueba. Welcome back to Prueba. Uno. Welcome back to another episode of Talk to See. This is a very special episode for me and for Barney, even though he's not here, because today marks the 5-year anniversary of the channel. It was on this day, 5 years ago, to the date, that we created our first episode in this same apartment in a different room. I'm super happy. I can't believe we made it this far. So today, I just wanted to do a brief recap of what it has been in the last 5 years, showing you how the channel has evolved, and kind of just doing like a history episode, for the books and mostly, I guess, for us. So let's get to it. So I guess the channel has been broken down into 4 eras. And in each era, I might give you guys a lesson that I've learned. Not from that era, just in general. The first was era number 1. It was books and beers.
Hi everyone, welcome to Books and Beers, our very first episode.
Barney and I had the idea in the pandemic to start a channel where we did a review of a book and a beer that had to do something with it. So for example, Barney reviewed Shoe Dog, the book about Phil Knight, and he did a beer that was Japanese. And then I did a video about Moneyball, and then I reviewed a beer that was Dominican, because a lot of players in the MLB are Dominican. To put it into perspective, when we did this video back in September of 2020, we were still wearing masks when going outside. That's how long ago it was. Even though it kind of feels like yesterday, it was a long time ago. We did a bunch of random episodes. We did a series called Movember, where we dressed up in a hoodie and a tie, and we reviewed videos that had to do with money. We interviewed an author through Zoom. That was pretty interesting after we read the book that we were talking about. That was our first interview and our first guest ever. Barney did a video about his COVID experience, which was pretty funny, with a few special guests. And we started having a few special guests or just recurring appearances, especially Gene, throughout the time. For era number 1, my tip is stay consistent. We have done videos every single Wednesday without exception for over 260 weeks now. And we set that goal since the beginning back then, and we still keep it to today. Then after 9 months, we have the opportunity of both being in Miami. So besides the videos that we were doing about books and beers, we started doing a few episodes in a podcast style. Even though we were still called Books and Beers back then, we started this podcast like side segment or just this podcast style segment that we called Talk to See. And we focused mostly in talking about books and then a few topics about personal finance because we started getting into that topic. We interviewed a few special guests, including my dad, my brother, a few friends. And we started that idea of doing a few more podcast style episodes because we enjoyed it more and it was a fun thing to do. For era number 2, I'll tell you that at the beginning of every YouTube channel, quantity makes quality. It is okay for Mr. Beast, now that he has 200 million plus subscribers, to do a video probably once a month. But back when he started, he would do videos multiple times a week. And I think that's important because that's how you get the repetitions, the 10,000 hours. And I think that's the best thing you can do when it comes to content creation. A lot of time after, I think you can start decreasing the amount of volume that you put out. We're still working on that. Then for era number 3, we decided to rebrand the channel into Talk to See. We grabbed the name of the podcast and we put it into the channel. And the reason why we did this was because we didn't want to be tied up into just being books and beers and be able to do episodes that we have books and beers, but also do a lot more. Here, we started investing more money into the channel. So we got new cameras, new lights, especially in this room. You've seen the improvements that we've had in the production and the lights and everything. And a lot of people have mentioned that. We did the episode for the Bad Bunny concert with a few guests that it's probably been my favorite. We've done episodes at bars with friends. We did our 1,000 subscriber celebration by filming an episode in my bathroom. We did our most successful video ever, which is close to 200,000 views now. And it was the hardest one that we've ever filmed because we had to interview people on the street. Just brief reminder, this was back in November of 2022 when street interviews and asking people how much they made was not a big thing. So it was very hard to do. Probably will never do it again. But, it was something new that we tried and it worked out. And to wrap up era number 3, we didn't end up getting monetized on the channel, meaning that we didn't make any money until May of 2023. That's 2 years and a half after we started making videos. So that's probably 150 episodes in. A lot of people have more luck and get it faster, and a lot of people, they never get there. But again, I think it proves the consistency and how important it is. For this era, I'll tell you my tip is find what you're good at and focus on yourself. What I mean by that is as you're trying a lot of things, you're going to find topics that you're good at and topics that you're not, or things that you feel more comfortable or just get in the zone. And then once you determine that and you can focus on those places, make sure that you don't listen to anything that anyone has to say. You're gonna have a lot of people that tell you good things, a lot of people tell you bad things. If you want to do something where you're putting yourself out there, like in a YouTube channel, it's important for you to just focus on yourself and making yourself better and taking everything that people tell you with a grain of salt. And then after that came era number 4, the current one. The reality is that we've been making videos for so long that when you have something that is so consistent, something that hasn't changed in the last 5 years, which is that we put videos every single Wednesday, it becomes part of your lifestyle. So our content, just without that much us thinking about it, just became more personal to what we do on a day-to-day basis. So any hobbies that we've picked up, like running, we've had videos about running, or journaling, we've done videos about journaling. We just created content for you guys because I think if you're going to do something so consistent, it's going to be natural that you're going to post things that are more and more alike to your day-to-day. We've had the episodes about the CPA, which is probably the first certification of the episodes that we did, that Barney did a few years ago, extremely successful. Then we had my episodes with the series exams and then with the CFA, which is a current topic here in the channel. Then we had the episodes about the GMAT, then the MBA, Barney with investment banking, me with leaving Deloitte, then Barney with leaving KPMG. We've done it all. And I think that when you're creating content, like I said, if you're going to do it so consistent, it has to adhere into your lifestyle. So I'll tell you 2 last things. The first one is you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Any idea, any side business that you're thinking, if it's either content related or not content related, any idea that you have, don't get stuck on making it perfect before you begin. Start. Things are going to evolve, and the best representation of that is this channel. We're not even close to what we were when we started. We're much bigger. Our ideas and what we did, the perspective that we had back then is completely different to what we have now. A lot of people have come and gone in the last 5 years. A lot of changes have happened to our lives, different jobs, a lot of things. And I think that's crucial to point out because every time someone comes up to me and tells me that they want to do something similar or they're thinking about doing something different than their job, they're always giving me an excuse about not being ready or coming up with the idea. And the reality is it's never going to be great, but you have to start for them to become great. But yeah, without getting too preachy, and I think I've already did that, the last thing I say is what comes next? And the answer for that is it's something big, but you have to subscribe to find out what it is. I want to truly thank you guys for watching any of the videos, watching this video, my first video, the last video, whatever you have done, for walking up to me. I've actually been recognized twice out of my workplace from people who have seen my series videos. Barney has been getting recognized by people at the MBA program, telling them that they got into UChicago from his videos. We can't thank you enough for your support. I never thought that I was going to be here after doing this for 5 years like we've done it. But it's amazing the fact that we stayed so consistent, and it's massively thanks to you guys. I don't know where the channel is going to go. I hope it goes into the right direction. But if one thing I've learned is if I was able to do this, if we were able to do this and stay so consistent for 260 videos plus on a weekly basis, if this doesn't work out in the future, I can build any other side thing that I want to do because I know I am capable. So yeah, stay tuned for the next big news. Thank you guys all so much, and I'll see you next time. Peace.